Trying to reconnect. Peace, peace, everyone. I'm going to wait for everybody to get in the room. This is my first time actually going live with my podcast, so please be a little patient with me while people come in. Peace, brother. Peace, brother. Just waiting for people to come up in the room. So today is my first show. We have one hell of a show for you. We have some guests that speak their mind unapologetically. So this should be very interesting. Just waiting for them to come up in the room. Show your love and support. Hit the heart, hit the like button, share with a friend. Let's get it. Let me see if I can invite some people. Okay. Okay, I hope everybody had a good day, a good and productive day. Okay, let me see. Y'all bear with me. This is the first live. There you go. Okay, so welcome to I Thought We Wanted Change, where we have real conversations with real people, that speak the unapologetic truth. I am your host, Sister Natural, and a little bit about me, right? To get started, I'm a wife, I'm a stay-at-home mother, also a business owner, community activist, the chairwoman of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, and an advocate for men's rights. So I see a couple of people coming on. So tonight we're going to take a deep dive into a major topic that has been floating around in our community, which is the modern day woman, okay? The modern day woman. What is the modern day woman? What is the modern day woman to you? Is the modern day woman a woman of independence, or is a modern day woman the way she carry herself? Let's bring on our guest. Okay, let's bring them in the room. Peace, brother Anthony.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm okay. You say you can't see me?
No, I can't see you. Sometimes this happens. Trying to see who else I could bring in. Y'all bear with me. This is my first podcast. Be patient with me. Okay, Nusaybah, please send me a request to join because for some reason I cannot add you.
I'm not. I'm not too sure what's going on. It uh,
Okay.
it asked me to join video. I went to join video, and it is not allowing me to show myself.
Well, that's fine. I mean, everybody will be able to see you afterwards. So this is what happens. Did you just leave? No, come back in. Okay, who is this?
Nusaybah.
Okay, pieces, pieces. Okay, let me try to bring Anthony back in. Yeah, Critical said he can see us both.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. So, Brother Anthony sent me a request to join. Okay. Guess cannot join because of technical issues. Okay, let's try. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to add Sister Victoria. I don't see her at all.
Clicktight is there.
Hmm. Oh boy. Y'all bear with me. This is my first
It
podcast.
happens. It happens.
Okay. Brother Anthony. Goodness.
I know this is the same exact thing that happened to me. The exact same thing. I'm like, come on, where's everybody at? It's so difficult.
Yeah, for some reason it's not letting me add people.
They have to send requests probably. I saw Anthony.
Brother Critical, just come on for a second, so just to see if I can add you. Victoria, send a request again. Okay, let me try again. Goodness. Honey.
There you go. Anthony.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Anthony's on.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but for sure, I can't see you guys or anything.
Interesting.
Okay, so I'm waiting for Vicky.
Maybe.
Vicky, send another request, please. I can't even see who's watching. I don't even see her. Mm. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so when she comes on, okay, you can see three of us. Okay, where's the other one? Trying to bring on my other guest. Okay, she's saying that she requested to join, but
Sometimes you don't see it.
it shows that she's not even watching. Okay, whatever. No, continue. Okay, so
It's are we adding Clicktight right now?
we're just gonna get on to it. Okay, so the modern woman. What is the modern woman? The topic has been floating around our community for a while now, especially, when I say our community, I'm talking about the Black community, right? So my question is the modern day woman a myth, or is it a reality to many men? Okay, you can put it right there. Sorry about that, DoorDash. Okay, so joining me in this dialogue is Sister Nusaybah. She's a mother, a speech pathologist, and a business owner. Um, we don't have Sister Victoria at the moment, but we do have Brother Anthony, which is a single father who has worked in the shipping industry for several years. Okay, so let's get into the topic, right?
Okay.
Yes,
To
ma'am.
you, what is the modern day woman? Is a modern day woman a myth? Is it the way is it because she's independent, or is it the way that she carries herself?
And that's addressed to me, right?
To whoever want to go first.
Go for it, Anthony.
the modern day woman is not a myth,
Mm-hmm.
um, but it has a lot of the negative and positive aspects of a woman. Uh, for the positive aspects, a modern day woman works hard. She is about having a career. She is independent. She can do for herself.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't necessarily need a man to provide, but wants a man to provide.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the other half that is not so positive is because she does not need a man to provide, she looks down and she shames a man for not providing and or pushes him out.
Mm.
Um, she also doesn't feel that the way that she dress or presents herself is um how do I say is not always going to be on the lines of what he thinks is okay. So she'll tell him, "Hey, I don't like you in this. I don't like you in that. You should, I want you to wear this." But she'll go out and she'll advertise herself and her body for other men, and in some cases, other women. Even if she's a straight woman, she's advertising for other women because um, she's looking for their how do I say
Just drop it,
so,
Anthony. Drop
so,
it.
so, she's looking for their certification.
Validation.
For their validations. That's what I was looking for. She's looking for their validation. She wants someone to come and say, "Oh, you look nice. You look good." But then if her man says, "Hey, I don't want you wearing that," it's an issue.
Yeah.
So it's the modern day woman is more about herself and what she can do for herself
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
versus the older style of women is more about taking care of home, taking care of family. Whether she has to work, whether she's independent or not, it's still about home. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's about having fun.
Yeah.
Well, some may say that a modern day woman is like a focused, career driven woman or a sexually liberated woman. And I hear
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
many men these days say that women are so independent that they feel as if they don't need a man. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, a woman that says that she doesn't need a man is basically saying that she doesn't need a relationship. Um,
Mm,
if she doesn't want to be in a relationship, I mean, that's her choice. That's all fine and good, but you can't complain about the things that a man does or what a man is not offering you because you're not offering them anything.
mhm,
Yeah.
I mean, you're really not. Um, but that's also vice versa. Like a lot of the men aren't offering anything. A lot of these men are terrible. So as much as there is a modern day woman, there is also becoming a modern day man as well, which is not good.
I'm sorry. Natural, is that her right there, Victoria?
now that's me tagging her, but I don't see her here.
I
Do
thought
you
I
see
saw her
her
in
in
the
the?
chat. Because if you was that her in the chat? It said Victoria. I don't know. If it is, you can just click her name, I think.
Yeah, it's not letting me for some reason. It says I requested to join, but it won't let me add her for some reason. If she was to comment now, oh my gosh, I wish I could speak on this. Send me a request, Vicky. Okay,
Yeah,
send a
she said I'm here.
request. You have to say, okay, let me see if I could.
Yeah, check again. Tell
I
your
don't see
Facebook
her
it's
one.
slow.
Okay. It's saying no results found. Okay, send me a request to join. Okay, she's saying I'm here.
Yeah. Can you click on her name and add her?
No.
Mm.
Okay. You know what, Victoria? Like, close your app and come back in, and maybe it will allow you to join. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so
I'm having a hijab.
Sister Nusaybah, what are your thoughts on this topic?
All right, so I kind of break it down into two different types of women. So for me, on like Anthony was saying, you have like the negative side and then the positive side.
Mm-hmm.
So on the negative side, I break it down into two different kinds of women. You've got the ratchet version, and then you've got the women who think they're just doing everything and think they are everything. So I think you got
Mm-hmm.
two different types of women. So a lot of times when you see some of these women, because I only see them on social media because they're not in my circle, so that's kind of all I can go off of is what I see. But what I'm seeing on my sister's page, right? What I'm saying there is you have so many women who are defending the fact that they are who they are. They don't need anybody, and then you have other ones that are over here with the whole all this cuss word and so you got both sides of it, And I think a lot of times they're grouping them all together and just making an independent woman just ratchet all the way around. And I think it also, to me, it has a lot to do with the circle that you're in. So if
Adding you,
brothers are,
Victoria.
yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry, I
So
didn't mean to
if,
interrupt. Yay, we did it. Okay.
hey,
And y'all don't get on me because I'm not drinking wine. I am on a fast, and this is coconut water. Okay. So.
yeah. So to me, I think if a lot of brothers are dealing with women and they say these women don't want this, these women don't want that, I think it's just what they see on social media. I think
Mm-hmm.
the ugliest of things get posted the most, and
Mm-hmm.
not the most positive. The positive is sitting at home cooking. Positive is sitting at home doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay,
So you
so
only
whenever
get to,
you say that the positive ones are at home doing what they're supposed to do, can you elaborate on that? What are they supposed to do? What do you feel like
okay.
is a role
So
of a woman? Uh-huh.
So, I mean, you can be independent because independent simply means that you're not relying on someone else for finances, support, or anything else. That's all the independent means. So,
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that you can be both. You can be independent, run a household, run a business, all of those things. I think it all comes down to how you project yourself, how you show that to the world. Are you vain? Are you vain by what you have and what you do? Or, are you always, on social media just talking about your life like it's the best thing since cornflakes? All those type of things make you look vain. So what you want to do is you want to kind of present yourself in a more, respectable way, in a more, you know, ladylike way. And I think that's what that modern woman is. And I think the ones that aren't doing those things just aren't posting. So you just don't see these women, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you can be both. You can be independent and still be a mother. You can be independent and still be a good wife and all of these things. I
So
mean,
do
I
you
run a
feel
business, I do all these things, and I'm not running around talking about I don't need a man.
like the modern day woman should be like exempt from the traditional expectations?
Like what? Like
As in,
of what to do at home and all those things.
yes.
Well, if you ask me, I think all women should be doing those things.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me
Um,
in general. I think
I would
all women
like
should be taking care of house and home.
facts. Okay, so I would like Sister Victoria to chime in on this subject here, since she is late to the party. But due to technical difficulties, it's not her fault. But go ahead, sis.
Okay, what in particular you want me to address? Which one first?
Okay, so is the modern day woman considered a myth, or is it a reality to men? Is a modern day woman a woman that's of independence, or is a modern day woman the way she carries herself?
That is a mouthful. That's a brainful too. But me, I guess in my I don't know if what kind of thinking I have. I actually believe that the modern day woman is not one set definitive definition of a person. Like for instance, I think it changes per the generation. And our generation, I say our 40, our generation was different. Right now, the 20-year-olds, they don't want a man. And when we were 20, we wanted a man, but we also wanted our own money. We wanted our own success. We wanted that with our man and without him. I can want you and still want those things for myself. But these women now, the independent, the definition of what they're saying independent now is no, I don't need a man. I got my own money. And I think it's counterproductive. It's hurting. I mean, that's happening with the birth numbers. That's why the birth numbers are drastically crashing. Everybody is just so combative with each other. They're not really thinking and looking past and beyond the little fluff of what's going on with society, and everybody want to be experts. You get what I'm saying? How you gonna be an expert?
Mhm.
You never, you know, experience anything out of life besides what going to college. Just nothing, right? But my thing is, the modern day woman, I guess, in today's society, with the I don't need a man, this is what I tell everybody. You may not need a man, but you're gonna pay for one. What I mean by what I what I mean by that is you don't need a man, right? If I'm not ever gonna say I don't need no man, because I'm not changing my tires. I'm not fixing my car. If you don't
Right.
need a man, you're gonna pay for a mechanic, and I bet you it's gonna be a man. You don't need a man, you're gonna pay for somebody to fix your tire. I bet you it's gonna be a man. You know,
Mm.
I don't get the whole I don't need a man thing, but a lot of the today's independent women are they're separate from their man. We were together with our man trying to get it together. I don't know, the whole thing kind of shifts. I don't really know when the shift happened, but it just kind of topsy turvy right now.
So I have a question for you, and I'm glad that you brought up age, right? When we speak about these 20-year-olds, but then we have our age group from 30 on up, right? I would say 30s, 40s, whatever our age group is. Okay. So would
Mm.
you say that, would you put Sexy Red and Vivica Fox in the same category?
I'm out
Stop.
that one.
That,
Good point, right?
excuse that. I would not, because they're
Why is
not from
that?
the generation. They're not from the same generation. They were not raised with the same morals, values, and ethics. They were not. I'm not saying morals are a generational thing, but it is. I was raised, and probably most of you in within the same age range. When you walk into the room, you see an elder, you speak. You don't walk past them like they're not there. You let them go first. You be more respectable. That doesn't happen right now. So when you say Stacey Red, who is what she's in her 20s, and you putting Vivica, what she's pushing 60. Forgive me if she sees this, and I don't know your age, but that's not the same generational values. It's not the same thing. I
Mhm.
wouldn't put those women in the same. I'm not saying putting them against one another. I'm just saying they have two different um, code of ethics, I guess, if you want to put it like that. Did I answer
The
your
reason
question?
why I asked that is because with Vivica being, I think she's a single woman, right? And they dragged her on social media for a good while. I think due to her standards, right? And
Uh-huh.
go ahead, brother Anthony.
Okay. So I want to say I understand what she's saying. Um, I think that when it comes to being with that big of an age gap, it's about the adaptation. So you can definitely put a Sexy Red in the same category as a Vivica Fox for the
Mm,
simple fact that if even though some of their values are the same, if
mm,
Vivica Fox is aging and maturing with the current times,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not trying to bring some of those old ways, and
Mm-hmm.
she's becoming a modern woman, then you just have two different modern women at the same age. I mean, at different ages. So if Sexy Red is being ratchet, as well as Vivica Fox has also been known for being ratchet, you can definitely put them in the same category. It's not so much of the age. It's the mentality. It's the thought process. Um, Everybody right now, when it comes to the modern women, believe that having a high body count doesn't matter because the man did it. Well, it matters on both ends. It is not just the men that are wrong for it, but it's also the women that are wrong for it. The women want to be glorified for it now,
Mm-hmm.
and the men are saying no, this is not what we want.
Mm-hmm.
I think a big problem is the modern woman wants to tell a man what he
Mm-hmm.
wants and what he needs instead of listening. Versus and everything is vice versa. Everything goes in both ways, for woman for a man, man for a woman, same thing. But it's so many women right now that believe that everything that the man was doing, the woman can do now. And
Mm-hmm.
it is okay to a certain extent, but like I said, it's vice versa. Everything the women used to do, now the men are taking that role. Everything is turning around. So you can't have a modern woman without having a modern man. You can't have a toxic woman without having a toxic man. So it's more so a mind frame, not necessarily age. Because I'm pretty sure you didn't see that 60, 80-year-old crackhead sitting out in the street twerking and acting stupid, just like the young folks.
So I got a question for you, right? Some people these days don't believe in gender roles. Me personally, I, I hear that laughter. Me personally, I believe in gender roles, right?
Yeah.
So the other day, and I'm not going to say who it is because it really doesn't matter, but the other day I was having a conversation with a couple of people. So in my statement, I said, "Well, I've raised my daughters to be wives."
Hmm.
All hell broke loose. Why would you raise your daughter to be a wife? Why would you do this? Well, I'm raising my daughter to be a wife because hopefully one day she will be a wife. I taught all my boys and my girls, self-sufficiency. By the age of like 5, they were in the kitchen cooking with me, peeling potatoes, doing things that would allow them to be able to take care of themselves in the future, right? But since they came from a two-parent household, I wanted to raise them, showing them how to take care of home. First of all, how to take care of yourself, how to take care of home, and how to take care of their spouse. All hell broke loose. The person told me, "Well, why are you teaching your daughter to be a wife whenever you should be teaching her how to be independent?" So what my comment to the person was, in order for a man to see quality in a woman to want to marry her, they have to see that wifely type of qualities. If they don't see that within a woman, as in the dating period, because the dating phase is where you get to know people, where you get to know who they are. People don't really court these days, they what they say, they say smash, right? They smash. I don't know what y'all say, okay?
They say demon
But
time.
I don't know what y'all say, but they do what they do. Okay, they don't really court. You don't really see men too much opening doors. But I allow my daughters to see my husband. My husband won't let me touch the door. The car door, the door to the store, the door to the home. He bring me flowers every single day. Yes, every single day. And whenever he does not have access to a flower, he will text me a picture. It's so sweet. He'll text me a picture of a flower and he'll tell me, "Oh, I love you forever." So this is the type of things that, I have my children witnessing so they can be, good spouses, to their mates. I
Mhm.
taught my daughters, in order for a man to want to wife you, they have to see those wifely qualities in you. Am I wrong for that
Yep. Yep.
or no?
That's right.
I don't think you're wrong for it.
Mhm.
I don't think that other people are understanding what you are doing. Just because you make a person or you teach your daughters to be a wife doesn't mean that you're not teaching them how to be self-sufficient as well. It
Yes.
doesn't mean that they're not going to be able to be independent. They still have to be able to have life skills. But it also just says, hey, this is how you treat your man, and this is what you also expect from a man.
Yeah.
You have to expect something. You you said that you believe in gender roles, and gender roles are important. And for each woman that sit there and says that they don't need a man, is like the other young lady said, you're going to pay for it. Whether it's physically or financially. And what she said was very right. Um, you get a man that is going to provide, well, maybe he can't fix things around the house, but if he's providing, he's going to pay somebody to do it for you.
Facts. Mm-hmm.
Um, if he can fix things around the house, well then, hey, maybe you need to put in a new kitchen faucet. Well, he'll put in the kitchen faucet for you. You don't have to go work and then figure out and have some stranger come into your house and doing it. You'll have somebody do something for you. You'll have somebody to fix your tire, take out your garbage, clean your gutters. There's certain things that he'll do that she does not want to do,
Yeah.
and there's also going to be things that she does that he doesn't want to do. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm not gonna lie. I can't stand cooking. I cook, and supposedly I'm good, but I can't stand cooking. But you step into the position based off of what is needed. If she needs you to cook, if she needs you to change a tire, cut the grass, that's your role as a man. If he needs you to cook, if he needs you to do the grocery shopping, if he needs you to wash some clothes, that's your role as the wife, as the woman. So it's supposed to be a partnership and you guys coming together and doing things together so that it meshes and works. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if she goes to work and he takes care of the house, well then that's that it's a little backwards, but that's the roles. If she goes to work and he goes to work, both of you guys are coming and you're financially trying to put things together to work on things. So if you are teaching your children how and you teaching your girls how to be a wife,
And my boys to be
and,
husbands.
and,
It,
and you
it's, it's
teaching
both
and
ways.
you're teaching your boys to be husbands,
Mhm.
that is not only I believe proper and right, but in a sense and in a way that is teaching them to be modern, but in a good way.
Yeah.
So I wholeheartedly believe in what you have said, and I think you actually hit it on the nose as well as the other young lady.
Mhm. Anybody else would like to chime in on the situation, on the topic? Any one of y'all want to add to it?
Well, when it comes to somebody, saying that they thought you should teach the children, teach the girls to be
Yeah.
independent, I think maybe, well, I would hope that they were talking about independent as far as, making sure that you take care of yourself, that, you're not left without anything, that kind of thing. Not independent so much so that you don't need anybody else. I
Mhm.
probably would have asked them to define, just like we're doing, to define what is independent, you know?
Well, I asked, I did ask, and what I was told, well, it's certain things I like to do. Like I like to, and this is not me saying this. The
Right.
person was like, "Oh, I like to cut the grass." So if I'm cutting the grass, if that's something I like to do, I want my man to let me cut the grass. But
That's not
I don't think.
independent. That's just doing something you feel like doing for the day.
Yeah, but I don't think, to be honest, I don't think it's manly for a man to have his feet kicked up, drinking a beer or sipping whatever he's sipping. His wife is outside cutting the grass. Yeah, I mean, if you have, but it was coming from a single woman. But if you have a man at home to do certain things for you, then I would have just allowed him to be a man and just cut the grass.
Can I ask a question? And
Sure.
this is not to disrespect. I'll throw out any kind of rude comments to the person who told you this, but this plays a lot. Childhood plays a lot into mentality. Was that person brought up in a single parent or a two parent home?
Two
Mm.
parent home.
Hmm. Interesting. Can I chime in on that real quick?
Sure.
Um, it's fine that she wants to cut the grass or she likes to cut the grass.
Mhm.
He need to go get the edger.
Do
She
it
can cut the
together.
grass.
Mm-hmm.
She cut the grass. Go get the edger. Now if you're planting flowers and stuff like that, if that's her little gardening thing, that's one thing. But if you guys got a yard and she's cutting the grass, he need to go cut the grass, get a rake, something.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let her do it by herself.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said, but I got some heat, and I just try
Yeah.
to respectfully leave it alone due to who it
Yeah.
was. So it's
Yeah.
like
well,
I'm
you know,
just not going to touch
look at it
on that.
on the flip side. If you're gonna reverse it and look at it on the flip side, say the guy says, "Okay, I like to," and nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, well, the woman needs to be in the kitchen making a dessert or making a sides." You just gonna let them cook, right? I think it should maybe, like brother was saying earlier, whatever you define in your relationship, let that be. I don't think everybody should put the same standards. Everybody, okay, woman should do this, man should do that. Whatever works for
Hmm.
you, work it. But you can't change a person's nature. If they want to cut grass and that's what they want to do and be all sweaty, by all means. Because I'm not going to do it.
All right. So I'm gonna say something that might be a little against what y'all are saying.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't mind cutting the grass.
Mm.
I don't mind cutting the grass. I don't mind edging the yard. I don't mind doing all those things. Now, I'm agree with natural. I shouldn't see you in the house sipping on lemonade while I'm out there doing everything. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not. If I chose to go cut the grass, why am I going to go yell at you about why ain't you doing this and why ain't you doing? I chose to do that. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I chose to pick up that darn lawnmower and go out there. I shouldn't have did that then. But that's me. I mean, I like to do things that are physical.
Mm.
So, for me, cutting the grass is kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Other women are like, no, that is not my thing. So I think it just depends on the female. And I do believe in some defined roles, but the defined roles for me are just kind of my own household rules. Everybody's got their own
Hmm.
household rules. And like things like I don't take out the trash. I don't like taking out the trash. There's a lot of things I just don't like doing, you know. And so if it's something within his wheelhouse, then cool. I like to cook. I'll cook all day long, but you know, if he wants to cook, great. But if he don't, I'm doing it, you know, because there
Mm-hmm.
are, I believe there are some defined roles. There are, and you just
Yeah.
can't get away from that. You know, I can't say I don't like taking out the trash and then turn around and say I don't like to cook either. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't like taking out the trash.
I
I
know
I'm
you
one of those
don't.
people
I
that I
know
don't
you
like taking
don't.
out the
you
trash.
said
I know
somebody
you
know
I
don't.
don't mind taking. I don't mind taking out the trash. I don't always do it right away, but I don't mind it.
I don't
do
know
it
what's
right
doing right
He said,
away.
"I'll do it right away." Mm,
you let it pile.
child.
But you know, I
That's what
love to cook.
I ain't gonna let. I ain't gonna let it
I'm not
pow
doing.
pow. But
You know,
No, I
I
wouldn't let it pile up, but I wouldn't say I enjoy taking it out, especially if there's men in the house that that can do it.
yeah.
Uh,
It's the
Sister
same thing
Della
I'm
said
doing
I
now
don't
too.
like to wash dishes, but I will, and I don't like it. I
Uh,
don't like. You know how many people is in my house? I don't like folding clothes, washing
And
and folding all those
oh,
clothes, but I have to do it.
I
at
do.
all.
You know,
Yeah.
I have
But
to do it.
But you know what? I think it should be balanced, but not expected, right? So when my son was, when he was born, about age 5, I had him marinating meat, you know, so he learned how
Right.
to stab them, you know, get the meat ready, marinate it, stuff like that. By the time he was 10 years old, he had his own grill, and he was out there grilling, and got
Oh, the
all the
son can
coals
cook
ready
his
and all
butt
that.
off. You know, I had his cooking before.
I know, right?
But see, the sad thing about it, right?
he can cook.
And I'm gonna be yes, he can. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The sad thing about it is, even though I taught my sons self sufficiency and being able to cook and able to clean, that's things that you're supposed to be able to do on your own before you even find your person or I don't even want to say person. I want to say your wife, okay? Because person
Okay.
these days can mean anything. So
Mm,
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
say that. So we're gonna say find their wife, right? So those are
right.
basic need. Okay, so those are basic things that you need to know how to do in order to take care of
And
yourself.
that's
But
it.
here's the
That's it.
sad, but hold on, but here's the sad part about it though. I also taught my son that just in case he run into men that don't like to cook, that don't like to clean, that don't like to, and hopefully he
Then
don't
he don't need her.
get with one of those women. But the sad thing about it is we have to teach that too, because let's be real, all women don't. But yeah, like it's exactly life skills. I remember whenever we used to teach, have like
Hey,
home economics at
yep.
school, and so that's why with our youth department we teach those type of things, like I don't know, when we first started the youth department, I had them making like pancakes and things from scratch. See, we do things from scratch up in here. Like you
Yeah.
can't bring me, and my husband would tell you, can't bring me nothing. Do not bring me nothing in no box. Don't bring me no Betty Crocker. I mean, don't bring me nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing in a box, because I will not make it. Don't bring no canned vegetables unless you taking those canned vegetables and you putting it to store for a day, like a day that where we really need it, like one of them
Right.
stormy days, emergency
Or
supplies.
doing some prepping.
We do stuff, yeah, exactly. We do some things from scratch around here. I know that's not everybody's thing. I
I know.
understand that, but that's how we do things here. And the reason why I do it like that, because I always said, if I have a bag of flour, if
You
I have a bag of flour or a bag of rice, my family will never starve.
Yep.
And that's what I've always said.
Yep.
Give me a bag of flour. I will make wonders with a bag of flour. You see him in the in the comments about nothing. Oh, he know. I'll tell him, right. Take it back to the store. That
Yeah.
ain't coming up in here. I
Yeah.
make cakes from scratch, biscuits from scratch, pancakes from scratch. I know it ain't everybody's thing, but hey, it's my thing. I love to do it. And guess what? Even my son at the age of 10 years old, he know how to make pancakes from scratch. I
Yep.
taught them I taught them these things because you can't rely on the grocery stores. Whenever storms hit, whatever the case is, you're going to have to be able to make that fire. And go in the backyard, make that fire, do what it is that you do, and cook from scratch. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I
You
know
know,
we kind of going off topic,
yeah.
but not really,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So the sad thing about it is I taught him those skills as well. So he wouldn't have to rely, on a woman to do these things for him because these days, sadly, a lot of them don't.
Yeah. I honestly think that a lot of the ugliness that we were talking about with these women, I think it comes from the trauma of being hurt so many times. You know, they'll sit up here and say, I don't need you. I don't need a man to do this. I don't need a man to do that. And I think it's because they never found a man. I think they
Mm.
keep running into niggas. So if you keep running into niggas, then yeah, you're gonna have a hard time trying to find a man.
But if you keep running into niggas, then you have to self-evaluate yourself to see why you're running into those type of men.
That's
Hello.
it.
I
But
was about
It,
to
that's
it,
I,
both of you guys are right. Both of you guys are right. She she keeps the woman keeps running into niggas is because of the way she carries herself and she presents herself. You present yourself a certain type of way and you give out a certain type of energy, that's what you're going to attract.
right.
Birds of a feather flock together. The downfall in that is most of those niggas are like that because of how they weren't brought up or because of how they were brought up. You, there are certain things that are unspoken, right? So when a lot of times they say only a man can teach a man how to be a man, and there's a lot of women that will fight that and say, "Oh, you can teach him how to do this, you can teach him how to do that." But there are so many things that a man does that are unspoken that he's only going to learn and pick up being around a man.
hmm
He has to be able to see that.
It's
So
nonverbal behavior.
it's nonverbal behavior. So um, there, so the energy that women and women don't realize, you guys have all the power.
all of it.
All the power. The power that you don't use is the power that you do have.
hmm
The power that you do use, you have to be able to use it in a proper way. You have to be able to channel it and use it and still allow the man to be himself. So a lot of the times what happens is these women will go out and they don't need a man, they don't need this, but they want to do everything to attract a man, to find out that they get a man that's attracted to the ratchet nastiness that they were doing, but then the man is not the man because he was being raised by a woman, and or the woman has actually put him in a position to where he can't be the man. So therefore, you don't
Mm,
ever get the man that you're looking for, because
mm.
what he's trying to do, he's trying to get to you as the woman. You have what he wants, which is I don't because we don't. I was say is your box. He's trying to get to the box, and he's trying to get to your heart. He's looking for you. You are looking for what he can provide, but you can't get what he can provide if you take away that ability from him, because he's going to do whatever he can to get to you, which is
Well,
whether he's got to
hold on.
step back and not be the man.
Let me address something right here. Tierra Marie Daniels. Wow, I hear a lot of women blaming. Blaming women here. How so? No,
The only,
no,
the
what?
only,
No,
the only,
no.
I'm
I
here to
mean,
tell
you
you
can
something.
join if you want, Tierra, but I don't believe that we're blaming women. I
No, no, no.
believe that.
We're not blaming women. I'm just saying women have a lot more power than what you guys believe.
Listen, I'm gonna say this: we're not blaming women, But women who
No.
kind of lean in that direction and get hit, that's the ones usually that get hurt. That's the
Mm.
ones who are feeling this. If we're talking about something and you're feeling it, then it might have to be a reflection of yourself, of what you got going on.
Mm.
I think sometime, us women, we have to reflect and take accountability,
That's right.
because sometimes we choose certain men that we know aren't good for us, or
Right.
we see all the even men, we see all the red flags, but we don't want to pay attention to the red flags because we like what we see, or they may have what we want. And I don't think that I hope I'm not, women blaming. I don't think that that's, what I'm trying to do. Tierra said,
Oh,
LOL.
look, we can talk about the men too now if you want to. I know this was supposed to be about modern day women, but
Yeah,
we
so
talk about the men.
All in conversation.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the men, but but today the topic is about women. So we have to stay on track with that. I don't think that I'm blaming the women. I have a small circle of women, and the reason why I have a small circle of women is because I like women that keep me accountable for me. You understand what I'm saying? I can do the same. I've My circle is extremely small, and the reason for that is because a lot of women don't take accountability.
True.
So if I do some messed up stuff, if I do, I'm not saying I do, but let's say I did something crazy and they're like, oh girl, you was right for that. You was right for knowing damn well I was wrong. But they're gonna tell me, oh, you was right for that. That was right. You was right for that. But then I kind of look at them and look at their situation, and their situation is totally different from mine. So I
Yep.
have to be mindful where I get my advice from.
So we
You
just got
understand
a
what I'm saying?
yeah, we just got a little reply on there that said, can we define what is modern? What is modern?
Modern, I'm gonna say to me, modern is the new times, the new eras, um, the things that have changed and that has become. Is so anything like you can say up to 10 years back would still be considered modern, not unless things have changed dramatically.
Yeah. I would say if I had to put a number on it, I say it started in around. Look, I'll tell you when it started. It started.
2000.
It's no, yeah, 2000. I'll tell you. Yep, it started when Single Ladies came out.
Oh shit.
Single lady.
Okay, that's when it started. It started when Beyonce jumped off on that one album. That one album created a smash all the way across women, to where they followed the what do they call her, Bay Queen Bug Bee, I forget, I don't know, but
Beehive.
yeah, but the thing is that all of a sudden they had an anthem, and now that they have this anthem, now they can go out and they got support, and they look up to this woman. They've got support from this woman who's got everything and everything they've ever wanted and all the things in life. So you know what? If she can be modern, I can be modern too.
You know what's funny about that?
Mm,
She don't
mm.
behave like that. All the things that she sits there and she says, she don't behave that way.
I'm telling you, if people only knew, they're there, but we ain't gonna get into that. But the bottom line is that because I could talk about that all day long. But the
Hmm.
thing is I honestly think that a lot of it has to do with our environment, what we allow through our eyes, what we allow through our ears, and all of that input together defines what we think.
Hmm.
And
I
then
think
we, as
these days social media have a lot to do with it.
yeah, all
Hmm.
of it.
The
It's
things that
social,
we
yeah.
see on social media is what, the expectations are.
Well, expectations from society, the modern women. Okay,
When some women see, okay, like just like she said, Beyonce, right? Some women, I guess they call it like the beehive. They want to be like her, even though Beyonce has a husband.
hmm
Hmm.
Beyonce is not, she doesn't. I mean, she's a performer, So I see somebody said Beyonce has a husband. It doesn't matter if Beyonce has a husband or not. I mean, at the same time, I mean, is she carrying herself a certain way that, you would want your daughters to carry themselves?
Hmm.
But that's
Like,
great.
think about that. But she's a performer, so I don't really like to use, like entertainers. You know what I mean?
But you
Because
should. It's impactful. It's impactful.
yeah, it's
Like
very
in
impactful.
That's why.
the spread when we were coming up, it was Lil Kim.
Right.
Lil Kim was the first of the little ratchet of all of them. Well, in our day,
You're right.
came out of. I mean, Lil Kim had it going on. I ain't gonna lie, I love me some Lil Kim, but my parents put diamonds in my mind to let me know that's that, and you're you. You don't have to do what she do. She's just entertaining y'all. That's not the way you carry yourself. That's not the way you act and speak. You represent yourself. You represent your parents when you go out into the world acting the way you
Oh,
do.
they don't see that no more.
Oh yeah,
That's
see.
out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
So
another thing. They think that everything is about them. You can't tell them nothing. You
nothing.
know what I mean? You can't tell a female nothing. I have
Mm-mm.
tried. I have a whole sisters page with
Mm.
5,000 women on it. And I try to talk about modesty. I try to talk about behavior. I try to talk about all these things and projecting a good character and all these things. And it's like their idea, why do I have to be cook? Why do I have to cook? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to be the one to do everything? Why do I have to take care of the
But
kids?
she's not doing everything. But I'm gonna tell you what it is. Most 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 of the modern women and women of nowadays believe that they are entitled.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. They think they the prize. Well, and what
What?
prize are you? And you don't know how to cook, lady. you. I'm just saying. I'm not bashing nobody, but you have to be able to fill a void. What void are you feeling? What void are you
Yeah.
feeling?
Yeah.
You go to do it through a drive-through. What void are you feeling? I don't know. It's just the entitlement. Oh, I'm the prize. Oh, you're getting me. Oh, I'm bringing to the table this, that, and the other.
Hmm.
No, not with all of this and the clapping and the no, no, ma'am, no,
So
ma'am.
what did the sister say right there? She said bonnets and loungewear is
Oh,
good to wear
don't give
out
me
to the
don't
store or
don't
running errands. Oh
don't
my
I
she
think
God,
said
she's
that is.
being sarcastic. She
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
be.
yeah. She's being sarcastic for sure. But I
Yeah,
mean,
she's being
but
sarcastic.
yeah, yeah, she is. But that's just another thing right there. It's like think about what you do before you do it. But it's like all I see is I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna be me. I don't care. I do me. I don't care. Everything is I don't care.
mm-hmm.
I
And
feel
then
like that if I had to define the modern day woman, it's her. I don't care. I'm do what I'm gonna do.
I
Can't
don't
nobody
want
tell
it
me
to
nothing.
come across as if we're bashing women because I'm a woman. I'm not gonna do that. I'm picking topics that are like that's trending in our community. I see a lot of gender wars and I wonder why because we need one another. Like you can't procreate by yourself.
Right.
Like so what is
Yeah.
I see that stuff and I
You
get
can't tell
so
that. You can't tell
frustrated.
that to some of these men.
I get so frustrated because we need one another.
we do.
So, and that's like the biggest thing I hear is, oh, the modern day woman this, the modern day woman that, or okay, the modern day woman this, the modern day woman that, and to them, the modern day woman is the ratchet woman or the woman that say, oh, I don't need a man. I do understand that some women has gotten hurt or some women have done all that they could to keep a relationship and the man wouldn't act right. You understand what I'm saying? And so
Yep.
they parted ways. Sometimes relationships don't work. So I don't want it to seem as if, I'm bashing women because I know some women that's been in situations and they were, solid women. But the men were actually no good from what I saw. I wasn't in the household. But you do have some women that try and do their best and are faithful and take care of their man, take care of their home, and still get done dirty. So that's not a modern day woman to me.
Can
You
I?
understand what I'm saying? Sometimes, whenever a woman is hurt, Um, I guess what they say, back to the streets. I guess like.
Well,
But I don't know.
why
But I
would
For the
don't
that
know
be the
streets.
anybody like that though. I don't know people
why
like
would
that. So I don't
the
want. I don't know. I don't know anybody like that. So I don't want. I don't want anybody to think that I'm bashing women because I love women. This is just a topic for today.
Right.
And if y'all can't hang with this topic, y'all ain't gonna be able to hang with this podcast
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot more stuff that people don't want to hear that's gonna come out of my mouth. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be offensive, but I'm real.
but
Yeah.
it's
So
what's happening today. If they don't like it, then they need to address it. That's just really and truly what's going on. And to touch on what you were saying, the modern day woman,
uh, let me address something. Some queer relationships are more healthy than
I,
some exact. We ain't talking about. We about nation building over here.
We're
I'm
not
not getting
doing
into
letters.
no.
We're not doing
Yeah,
letters.
I'm sorry. I'm not getting into that. So respectfully, I'm not going to read that comment. But we could continue. That we about nation building over here. Like so.
Victoria.
Yeah, no disrespect to you, Queen. Like, but yeah, we're not on that. But go ahead, Sister Vicky.
the modern day woman, back to that. Um, if we're talking about the modern day woman, I think it's subcategories. It's not just all one category of modern day woman because
Mhm.
black women are the most educated. And well, shouldn't that be considered a modern day woman, right? So they're not the same
Yeah.
that's out there with the hair bunnies and popping off and all of this here. I think this is a different category of modern day woman. So another modern day women who want to be seen and heard, and in the not in the right light. I should say that. Um, it's the modern day women who maybe looking for their daddy in all the wrong places, right? So they wear those attention getting booty shorts and whatever else to for the attention that they didn't get from their father. That's a whole nother psychology we don't that I'm not trying to go into, but I'm just saying I think now as we're speaking, is to me it's sounding more and more like the modern day woman is definitive under different subcategories. What do you think?
Okay. It. I think you're right about that. Um, I just really thought about a woman that I know that I'm really good friends with. I love her a lot. Um, I'm not gonna say her name on here, but she's a modern woman,
Mm,
and she's actually a phenomenal woman.
mm,
She's educated. Um, she has done well with her children. She is an educator. Um, she she's a modern woman. Um, but she's also a modern woman that, to Natural's point, she's also a wife. Like when you know her, you talk to her, she is an actual wife. She's a wife. Um, and without putting all of her business out there, she is going through something with her husband, and unfortunately, he's an older man, but he is an modern day man,
Oh.
and he
Mm.
has some old ways that are really good, but some of the things that he does is he puts so much weight on her shoulders. He puts so much weight on her shoulders that she should not have to bear by herself. And but there is a small percentage of modern women that are not toxic, that are very good, and I'm honored to actually know her. So Yeah, I mean, some modern women are not bad. Some modern women are actually too good for for a lot of men.
Mm. And
I
that's
will
the
say,
balance. That's the balance that we're talking about. You know,
Yes.
like you said in the beginning, you've got to separate it between two different kind of women. You've got the ratchet modern woman, and then you've got the responsible modern woman. Two totally
yeah.
different. It's two totally different mentalities. You know.
So, do you believe in this day and age that the traditional woman still exists?
There are some traditional women that exist. Um, Actually, there's a lot of traditional women that exist. It's just there's a lot of toxic women
I
that
think the
are
light is
right in
being
front of
shined
you.
on the ones that aren't.
Yeah, the traditional women are traditional. You're not going to be able to walk down the street and find a traditional woman easily. 9 times out of 10, she's in the house. She's at work. She's doing something where you're not going to see her. You're going to have to catch her at the grocery store and be like, "Oh, wait, where did you come from?" Um, no, it's real.
That's
I
why I
mean,
used to, Anthony. That's why I used to always say, "Man, gonna have to. He gonna have to run me down with a car."
Oh no!
look,
Yeah, now
For
look,
they wait
real. It's
on
like,
the season aisle at the grocery store. They
yeah,
wait
he
around.
got to run me down with a car to find me.
look. Wait a minute. What have I been saying about the people that's out here?
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say
yeah,
where I'm at.
yeah.
I've been
Oh
like they.
God,
Yeah,
I've
yes.
been.
Anthony just moved to a new city, and well, not new city, but city he's been to before. But
I
he's
say
looking around.
ratchet as hell.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you. I'd be like, I sit there and say they're ugly. They
Ooh,
ratchet.
mm,
They're not non-classy at all. Like it's so many things I see. It makes me cringe. And then at the same time, I went to the store one day and I'm like, it ain't Sunday. Where like some of these they look good. Like what's going on? So but those are the ones you're gonna have to catch them at the grocery store.
Hmm.
mm.
Other than that,
And that,
Yeah,
and when I think about
that
that,
all of
yeah.
them are Amazon go backs to me.
oh, Amazon.
So, Anthony, since you're the only man on the panel, right? What would be considered a traditional woman to you?
Traditional A traditional woman is not so much what she does around a house, but a traditional woman is a woman that's more into you than into herself.
Mm,
She's more into her family than she's into herself.
mm,
Um,
I like that.
because those type of women pour their heart and souls into what really matters, which is the family.
yeah.
Let me
And
say something really quick. I'm gonna give you a shine real quick.
mhm.
What Jamila Miller? You always have something negative to say, especially anytime you see me for some weird reason, right? So, how about you dismiss yourself off of this live? Because first off, we're talking about men and women relationships, okay? I am African centered, which means I am about nation building. Okay, so if you have a different agenda than I do, please remove yourself from this live because obviously this live is not for you. It's not a hate thing, but it's not what I stand for. So please go somewhere else respectfully because obviously this is not for you.
All right.
So you have a good day.
All
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
I don't understand that. They don't go to the
I
movies they
don't
don't want
either.
to see, but
Everywhere I go, you
they
have
get on your
something weird
lives
to
to talk
say.
bad.
You have something weird to say. You're the only negative person on this live.
Okay.
Sweetheart, find something else to do.
If you
But
don't like it, don't
anyways,
listen.
that's the only shine you're gonna get. But you're gonna be blocked in a minute because this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Proceed. You said
uh,
asking him what do he the traditional woman. What is his definition of traditional woman?
Yes.
That's what
Yeah.
you.
are you speaking to me?
No, I was reminding you of the conversation where you left off. You were
Oh, I
asking.
know where I left off. I'm not easily distracted. I'm just waiting for somebody else to chime in about it. Because
Oh
me, a
no, I
tradition.
still
Uh
going.
huh. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, I think no somebody messaging me. Some ear some okay. Somebody messaging me. No.
Hmm.
Oh.
A traditional woman to me is a woman that takes care of her first of all herself. Give time for self-care because in order to have to take care of everybody else, you have to take care of yourself. And I am such a busy person, and my sisters get on me for that all the time. Sister Nusaybah, Sister Vicky, Sister Aisha. Oh, I love Sister Aisha. I love y'all. Y'all keep me on point. Lady Hell, y'all keep me on point. Like, natural, you do so much for the community. You need to take time for yourself, And so, and I received that. And in order for me to take care of everybody else, I have to take care of me first, right? And so, if my energy is depleted, I'm no good for anybody. So, a traditional woman takes care of herself in order to take care of everyone else,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, um, I still cook, I still clean. No matter what I have going on, I still make time for my family because family is your first nation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Family is what matters.
Yeah.
So my husband have to go. I've been I'm gonna be honest. I've been a little slipping on that a little bit because I've been having problems with my sleep lately. It is what it is. I'm very transparent. This is my platform. I'm gonna say what the hell I want to say. If you don't like it, you could exit. Okay. But anyways, I've been having a problem with sleep lately, right? So I haven't been on my A game like I usually am. I would get up in the morning and make sure his lunch is packed, or I'll cook for him. If he come home really late, his his dinner is cooked. And if you look at my page, if you look at my videos, I don't just throw anything together. I cook 5-course meals for my husband. No matter what I have going on, I try to do, the best that I can, when it comes to me being a wife, right? Um, so I think a traditional woman is not only the things that you do for him, but, being his, backbone, being there to encourage him, being there to support him, being his peace, because men, they need peace. No black man wants to go out and fight the world and have to come home and fight with their woman. So I try my best to be his.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it.
Thank you.
I just don't see a traditional woman any other way. I mean, honestly, it's the same way I see it.
Hmm.
But
Yep. So.
I tell you what a traditional woman doesn't do. Like Sada Shakur would say, I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you what it isn't.
It's
And
That
not no real like definition. Yeah, I mean, it's if you're happy and your spouse is happy, that's all that matters. You do what you do for your household.
yeah,
And
Hmm.
whatever works for your household is whatever works for your household.
yeah,
But
yeah. So let me touch on one thing.
Mhm.
Modern women do you think all modern women believe in the concept of 50-50? Not that I want to go down the 50-50 road. I'm just saying, do you think all modern women?
No, 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 no. Okay, so you want me to be real with you?
Yeah.
I think a lot of women. Oh my gosh! If I get some unfollowers or some unfriends, I'm cool with it. But I feel like a lot of women these days have unrealistic expectations of men.
Mm.
I hear all the time, okay, he have to have the three sixes, and if you don't know what that means, six figures, 6 feet tall, and 6 inches. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm just gonna be real. I hope it ain't no. I shouldn't have anybody under the age of 21 on my page, but I mean or 18, but the three sixes, right? But then it's like some women don't have anything to offer. So how does that work? Or they can be and I'm not downing anybody or whatever, but they ask for a guy that's physically fit and they're extremely out of shape. So women, just please have realistic expectations for yourself. Men, have real expectations for yourself. And before somebody say that I am body shaming, I am not body shaming. I don't even believe in body
Uh,
shaming. I don't.
okay. So, first,
Hmm.
I don't give a damn about body shame, because I'm big. I done got big, and I'm ashamed that I'm as big as I am. I need to lose a little weight myself. So,
Anthony,
if,
you and me both, man. We'll get there. We'll get there, man.
All
We'll get
three.
there.
listen. I ain't worried about no body shaming. If you're proud to be a big person, then be proud, and that's fine and good. But if you've gotten a little bit bigger like me, and even though I look good with my size, um, it don't feel good. It don't feel
Yeah.
good. You don't move the same. You don't do a lot
Yeah,
the
I'm a
same.
little
So,
sick on. I don't like it right now, but I'm gonna get it together.
But I tell you what I don't like more than
what?
anything. What I don't like is when you are, no matter what shape you are, people define you by that.
Mhm.
You know,
No,
they
yeah. No,
define,
you
when
can't
people
define a
define
person by.
your, right, they define your
But
worth, or they say, as a woman, you should be this and you should be that. I think that's another problem that these modern women have, is that they have this idea that they have to be a certain size, and they have to have a certain rear end, and they have to have a certain bust size, and they have to have everything that is out there. And I think that kind of fits in, you know, with what's wrong with them, you know? Mm.
okay, so I think that's another conversation we're gonna have another day if you want to talk about that one, because that got to do with the BBLs and stuff. But
Uh,
Oh,
um,
but you know
on,
what?
on,
No,
on,
no, no. It
but,
actually fits the topic because a lot of us see things on social media, and some of us, not me, but we feel like that's what men want, and but in all reality, men look at it because it may be something to look at, but that's not what they want a wife. So
yeah.
it
this
actually, to be honest, it actually does fit into the topic.
Oh,
and that is part of modern women now, because there's a lot of women that getting these BBL. So I'm gonna say these things right before I get to the BBL. Makeup makeup is not for men. Men don't care about makeup. If a woman sit there and say, "Oh, he only talked to me because he liked it because of my makeup and stuff like that," that's a lie. Anytime a man sits there and say, "Hey, you don't need all that," you need to listen to him. Men don't give two craps about makeup. That's what I was talking about earlier when we first started, where when women are doing things for women, they're looking for validation from women. That makeup is to make you feel good as a woman, and is to get validation from another woman, where she sits there and says, "Who did your makeup? Your makeup looks good." Men don't care. We
Wait,
just
wait,
don't.
give me a second. Give me a second. I could agree and disagree, right?
Uh huh.
Because I don't wear makeup really, but I
uh,
don't wear things because another woman is going to like compliment on me.
Hmm.
Compliment me. I wear things. Some things I wear is kind of like people look at me like, what the hell she got on? Because I am very
eclectic.
unique. I'm unique. I'll be the type of person that I can wear like a nice like suit or a pretty
Hmm.
dress, but then the next day you'll see me with like some platform shoes on.
And some
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
studs.
so I don't. You know, so I don't wear certain things to impress other women. Like that. That's like not the truth. Now, some women may
No,
do that, but I don't.
exactly. That's what
If
I'm
you
saying.
know me,
It's not. It's
wait,
nothing that we.
hold on. Just give me a second. Just let me finish my thought. If you know me personally, you would know that 90% of the time I do not wear makeup. Even most of my comrades, they see me without it. You know, I don't.
Mhm.
I really don't wear makeup. I wear like a little bit of eye, like eye stuff, and I wear lip gloss. You know, I make my own lip gloss.
Yeah,
I don't even wear.
yeah.
This may look like lipstick, but I don't even wear lipstick. So, it don't matter to me. My husband love me regardless.
I'm gonna say this. I love makeup. And it's not because I want to look pretty for another woman. It's because I love color. I love color.
Mhm.
Like a kid. I actually still color. I'm a grown 40-some-year-old woman and I still color. I love color. I feel without color, you're dead, right? So I
He's
use
like
so
this color, that color. I'm gonna
I
get my color on.
use
so yeah. So nothing that any of us are saying applies to just everyone. Everything. It's always going to be people that do things for themselves, but then there's also a lot of people, more than not, that are looking for validation from people. And so they go through those extremes by putting on a whole lot of makeup
It's true.
just so that they can be validated by the other person.
It's true.
Um,
Or get attention. I think a lot of times
and,
those women attention too.
and to get attention. But I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you now, we don't care nothing
I
about no
disagree,
makeup.
Anthony.
We just
I
don't.
I
Huh?
disagree. I disagree with that. I
Well,
disagree that
well,
you
well, if you walking around here looking like you connect dots on your face, I mean, you might need it. But for the most part, we really don't care. You can disagree, but remember, you're disagreeing from a woman's aspect. I'm telling you from a man's aspect.
No, I'm
I'm
telling you
telling
about
you.
men I've talked to. Men I've talked to have said that when I met her, she had a face. It was like boom, whatever, right? And now look at her
Hmm.
running around, got her hair in a bun, ain't got no makeup on, don't look a hot mess all the time. He was like, just go put some makeup on, go do something.
I've
So I
seen
can
people
I
say
can
that
I can
too, but
guarantee you. I can guarantee
yeah.
you what they was attracted to was see some women are so talented on putting on that makeup you can't tell if that's their skin or makeup.
Right.
And I can guarantee you it was the things that they were attracted to. It was probably, and this is also another discussion, but it was the youthfulness that is brought out of the look that she has given to him. So he's attracted to the look, but he's not attracted to the makeup. He wants her to present herself. He wants her to keep herself up. So that's just like, for instance, if I'm walking around with a big nasty beard, ain't shaved, ain't did nothing, well, you wasn't necessarily like, you may have liked my beard when it was trimmed and everything, but you're not necessarily really looking at me saying, "Hey, it's only the beard."
But
So
do
when a
you
man
shave for other men or do you shave to keep yourself up?
you shave to keep yourself up. You don't you so like for me, a lot of the time I may not shave. But that's because I'm not going anywhere to impress anybody. Usually, I'm going to work. I'm going home. So if I'm going to work and I'm going home, there's no need for me to be sitting there saying, I don't care what you think. Now, if I am out trying to impress somebody, or I'm trying to, I'm going to keep, this head going to be bald every 3 days, every 3 days. But I'll let it go 2 weeks. But every 3 days, it's got to be bald. I got to have this done twice a week. Why? Because now I'm trying to present myself to somebody.
Mm,
It's not just for me, it's also for someone else.
yeah.
Um, So that's, you know, how I feel. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel when it comes to the
Well, like you
makeup.
said,
But
there's not everybody. It's not going to fit everybody.
yeah,
Same thing.
so now as far as the BBL, women that say they don't want men and then go get a BBL, something. So first, if you don't want men and you don't like the way men treat you,
Lord,
don't go get a don't go get a BBL.
he about to open that door.
If you get a BBL, if you get a BBL, the first thing is men are visual.
Mm.
We gonna look. Whether we are disgusted with the look, whether we like the look, we gonna look.
Yep.
That's just what it is. The average man is gonna look at the woman that's got a misshaped butt and look terrible. He gonna look. He ain't gonna let you know he looked. He gonna look. He gonna look to say ugh. He gonna look to say damn. He gonna look to say that look good. He gonna look. It just is what it is.
Mm.
The next thing is if you get a BBL, the man ain't necessarily coming after you for you. He coming after you for your body.
Right.
And he's only coming after you for that short amount of time. Don't think that you getting ready to get wifed up. Do not think you're getting ready to get wifed up. You are now a trophy piece. That is what you have become. You have become a trophy piece. If I got you, you look good, I look good.
Mm.
All I want to do is go get to that box. That's why I said women got all that power.
Got all the
Yeah. Yeah.
they don't know. They don't know the power they have. They
They
just
don't know the power they have, and then they misuse the power that they have.
hmm
Yeah.
Mm.
trying to match a man's energy. Yes, they do.
You just can't do that.
Hmm
So yeah. If you go get a BBL and them thighs don't match, it's on you. I mean, just don't do it. Most men will deal with a woman that is unattractive,
Mm.
but a good woman before they and they will wife her up, marry her. She cross-eyed, snag a tooth, all kind of stuff, pigeon-toed, but she a good woman, and that man will get tired. Because he didn't been through all these other women, and he didn't like none of them. He physically was attracted to him, but now he got the woman that he want. I mean, how many times have y'all sat around and said, "What is he doing with her?" I mean, I'm just being honest. How many
Yeah.
times you said like,
It's
"Why is
because
he
of the
want?"
way. It's because
And
of the way
I'm
you
look,
treat them.
I'm heterosexual. I'm not gay. But I'm gonna say this. It's a lot of times that I've sat there and said he looked better than she do.
Hmm.
He looked better
Because
than
it
she
may
do.
be the way that she treat them.
It's the way she treat him.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's the way she treat him. It's the way she presents herself. It is who she is as a person. I can't even tell you how many times I've met somebody that was really unattractive, and I sit there and go, damn, but she got some pretty eyes. Body built like a garbage can, but them
Why would
eyes
you
is pretty.
say that? Oh my god.
Listen. It look. I mean,
Woo.
I'm gonna tell you what my mom used to say. My mom say, "Thank God for ugly folks, because if nobody looked bad, would nobody look good."
Okay, so
Look,
okay, so
I'm gonna leave that right there.
yeah, so
it is what it
Look,
is.
I'm looking forward to meeting your mom.
It is what it is. I mean,
It is what it
we
is.
just have to be like, everybody don't find me attractive. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? People, look, I was in a relationship with a female that told me I was fat and ugly. I was in a relationship where somebody told me that I was fat and grotesque, and I ain't even that damn big. I'm really
What
not
did
that
you
big,
do? Did you leave? Did you
huh?
stay? What did you do? Did you leave after that? Did you stay?
I'm not going to answer that one for certain reasons.
Plead the
Natural, if you
fifth.
want it,
Plead the
if
fifth. Plead the
no,
fifth.
natural. If you want to call me later, then I will tell you on that one. But
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm gonna tell you, I am not with the person that called me fat and ugly. I tell you
I
that
know
one.
that's right.
But
Okay.
I
but
know that's
um
right.
and you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
She called me fat and ugly.
Mm.
Now she married to somebody that's fat and ugly. And on
Mm.
top of that, she didn't got a little fat and ugly herself. But I ain't,
Goodness God.
Yes.
hey, hey. It is what it is.
It
I
is
think
what
I'm
it
fat and
is.
handsome. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that fat. I mean, I'm actually, and I'm losing weight. So,
Yay, good for you.
There
Like,
oh
you
no,
yeah,
go.
seriously, really good for you.
Well,
You
wait till
know,
I get
health
to
is
Atlanta,
important.
boy.
Health
It's
is
gonna be
wealth.
on and cracking when I get to Atlanta. I'm gonna have a whole gym, boy. It's gonna be on.
So, for the women on the panel, right? What advice would you give to women that is listening now?
In regards to what?
Anything, life,
Hmm.
struggles that we face as women, relationships. Like, what advice would you give women these days, or women that you would consider modern day women?
Ah, there we go. Okay.
I'm listening. I'm listening to this one.
I mean, I don't know why I had
Victoria,
to.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
let you
that's
go
the
first.
topic. Who?
I was just saying, Victoria, go ahead.
Okay.
Uh-oh. It's her volume.
It looked like she's muted.
Y'all can see her. I can't see none of y'all.
I can't see nobody either, but I can see that she has a box and her microphone is muted.
I can't even see that.
Oh,
Mm,
oh, yeah, we still can't hear you. She said, hold on. Because I can see everybody.
I can't even see any of the comments
Uh,
anymore. Let me see.
okay. Well, doctor,
Oh,
why don't you go ahead and
okay. What I would say to the modern woman. The first thing I would say, if I had this woman sitting in front of me, the first thing I would tell her is to leave men alone. Leave men completely alone and heal yourself. Take time to figure out who you are as a woman. Figure out what you want out of life. Become the person that you want to be. And then the man that you're looking for will be attracted to that person because he's obviously not attracted to who you are now. So
hmm,
take the time, become what you want to be, go achieve some things in life. Don't feel like you're wasting years and because you keep hearing men say, oh, then you better hurry up because you're gonna get too old. Baby, I'm 52 years old. I'm not even, trust me when I tell you, I'm not even worried about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, take the time for yourself and heal and cover your body up and don't feel like your body defines who you are. You can be beautiful and be and all those things. Don't feel like you have to buy things to be somebody, you know?
Mm.
I like nice things. Everybody knows that. I love to have nice things. But at the same time, if I lost it all tomorrow, I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? As long as my family was healthy, as long as my friends are doing well and life is good, all of that stuff is secondary in life at the end of the day. And they've got to get that kind of mindset going. Natural loves to have cute things. My girl can dress like ain't nobody say nothing. She can dress. But at the same time, she's frugal about it. She doesn't go out and spend hundreds of dollars on things and buys the top notch of everything to try to fit in or try to find the latest brand. She looks good because she takes the time to mix and match and put things together because she has style. And each woman needs to find their own style without spending all the money, you know? So I would say that. I would tell her those things, you know? Figure out what you want. I don't know, man. Just take care of yourself and quit worrying about everybody else in this world, because they're not gonna be there on the last day. And you don't know when tomorrow's gonna be. Nobody's promised tomorrow. So make your today good, you know? Be a good person. Clean your heart out. Because I think a lot of times their heart is ugly from a lot of trauma. I really do believe the modern day woman is a result of trauma, if you ask me. It's a result of trauma and fear. Fear of not being chosen, the fear of getting older, the fear of not being beautiful enough. And I think that's the problem. We have that fear. I didn't always wear the niqab, and even when I started to wear my hijab, I had to get that mindset out and say, wait a minute, all of a sudden I'm going to cover up my hair. It flashed in my head, am I going to still be beautiful? Am I still going to be beautiful now that you don't see my hair? Am I still going to be beautiful now that you don't see my all of my face and all of these things? But over time, I've become so comfortable in who I am as a person that those things just fall by the wayside. They just are so not important, because this right here gives me the opportunity for him to see who I am and not what I got. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
That was beautiful. Thank you for your transparency. And you are an amazing sister, and you are so beautiful inside and out. And I just want to tell you that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Anthony, any advice? I don't know what's going on with
Yeah.
sister Vicky.
Yeah. This is something I've been saying. I've noticed myself saying this a lot,
Hmm.
even more now than I ever said it. If you're a woman, take time to listen. Don't
Mm,
don't 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 listen to reply. Listen to comprehend and understand.
mm,
It doesn't just benefit you, but it'll benefit whoever you're with.
Mm.
Because if you take the time to listen, to understand and comprehend, not only will you know that person better, but you will actually be able to address whatever needs to be addressed. Men don't communicate like women do, and women don't communicate like men. So, in order for us to properly communicate, we have to be able to listen, comprehend what is being said, because sometimes words sound differently. Um, but comprehend. Ask a question. Don't assume. Ask a question. And then once you know and you're 100% confident in knowing what you have heard, then you can address it whether you agree with it or disagree with it. But do not hear something and because you don't like it, jump all over it and not allow what needs to be said. That doesn't give you the chance to understand and comprehend what is being said. And a lot of the times, you're just going to end up being wrong, or it's just going to be an argument or a fight. So take time to listen, and take time to comprehend.
Facts. So I want to thank you all for coming on the show. Brother Anthony, I
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate you truly. I appreciate it. Um, at this moment, I would ask you to please step down so I can add Brother Critical on really quick. But we'll have our conversation. I hope that you visit us again.
Anytime. You just let me know. I'll do my best to be on.
Okay. Peace,
All
brother.
right.
You have a good night.
Bye. You too. Bye.
Stay. Uh. Okay, who else is on this live? Because I
Just
can't
me
see
and
it.
you.
Okay, hey girl.
Hey, can you see me now?
I can't see you, but I know that you're
Ah,
there.
okay.
Hey,
What's
hey.
Hey.
up? What's up? Look, I watch you.
What? Yes, y'all did great. The show was excellent. I ain't lying.
Thank
Hey,
you.
this is a very great topic. For the ones that wanted to receive it. But this is a great topic. This is very something realistic, something that our people need to be having a conversation about. Because
Yeah.
if we were having this type of conversation, a lot of relationships would be lasting a whole lot longer than they are. You know, um, but I love the show. I ain't lying. I loved it because it's something different. It's something different, something powerful for the people. Salute to all of the guests. It was good, yeah. Matter of fact, uh, natural. Now, when you said that you were having a conversation with uh, a couple of individuals and you was telling them that you were teaching your daughters how to be wise,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't say
Yeah.
it that nice, though, huh?
For that?
I said you didn't say it that nice, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and I was real with it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
teaching them
yeah.
to be wives. I don't want my children out here being single mothers. And nothing wrong with single mothers because some single mothers, they didn't have a choice to be single mothers. Some things happen, you know what I mean? But
Right.
I want my children to have, what we give them, a two-parent household. And I want them to be able to. And I know some things don't happen the way that we want things to happen. It's
Mm-hmm.
life. But if I was to set a foundation and give them some type of morals or something to follow, that's what I would want for them. So I taught my daughters how to be like self-sufficient. I taught my sons how to be self-sufficient, take care of yourself, but also know how to take care of your spouse and respect
Right,
people and know how
right,
to treat people, and it is what it is.
fact.
So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
And
know why some people are so offended by that, and I don't understand um why somebody would think that I'm bashing women. I don't bash women. I just think a
no,
little differently, and it's okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is okay. And you were bashing women, and just like you said, everybody have their own way of thinking, you
Hmm.
know, and again, this was an excellent topic, you know, and for anybody that didn't understand what was said tonight, just go back and watch the replay, because it was some very informative information, for both sides, the male and the female, and it's a team. It's a team thing. You got to be the best friend. All of that type of good stuff. Any relationship, in any relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like you. Pushing for marriage. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I think that our community have stepped away from. It's getting married, and basically, raising your family and living life, but it's not that way, these days, from when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, these days, it's just basically, hey, you here, grow up, and that's the type of society that we're living in, which is sad, and that's why I'm grateful, to see you with your show and be like, damn, because we can't think of everything ourselves. We can't think of every topic, and try to remain realistic. So we have to remain grounded at all times, you know, and connect, basically connect the dots. We have to connect the dots. We have to connect the dots with the right people and to look out and know that we are dealing with solid people. And that's what our community needs, solid people. Solid people.
Mm-hmm.
And salute to you once again, and I know everybody is definitely looking for more of your shows to come, and I'm excited. I'm excited about it.
Thank you. But I will say this, I'm going to speak the truth. This is real conversations with real people, and we're going to speak unapologetically. It's okay to have a different opinion from me, but please, at the same time, be respectful of my platform. If you cannot be respectful, then exit and just don't come back. So I would
Fact.
like to say that. Thank you to everybody else that, oh, wait, hold on just 1 second. Okay. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and end the live. Just like I said, this is you know, real conversations, real people, in real time, unapologetically speaking. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in, and we will catch you next Wednesday at the same time. So peace.